Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Miss JD once again for another episode of our daily stock market insights. And in this video, we are going to cover the top or the trending stocks in the Philippine market. And I'd like to start with, of course, covering what I see in the PSEI. But before I get started, you're invited, guys. I'm inviting you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always updated whenever I have new videos. Okay, looks like, yeah, we had a very interesting day today. We had a solid 2.33% increase in the price for our index. And one thing good about this day is that the green or the increase in the price is supported by the volume. As you can see here, the overall buying sentiment of the market has increased, and that's really good because chances are we might be able to see a continuation to the upside. Better yet, we cannot 100% say that this is totally bullish because we have not officially crossed the MA20 line. There could still be some slight fluctuation, okay, slight fluctuation and then recover to the upside. Maybe it could even touch once again the 6,277 area, creating a brand new support around the MA20 line before it continues to move higher. So what's different with this kind of candlestick, this green over here, compared to the three green candlesticks here, is that notice while the price was increasing, okay, we were moving, we were almost there, we even crossed the MA20 line. But what we don't like about this setup is that there wasn't much volume while the price is moving. Okay, so maybe what we want to see here is another green by tomorrow and we're officially crossing the MA20 line and supported by the volume. That is the kind of picture we want to see. That way we can officially say that we have broken out of the downtrend channel here. In fact, this one, if you're just going to look at it at a glance, this has already broken out. Okay, we did a breakout at this point, because if you are to plot your trend line here, I hope you see it, the color's not changing. Okay, do you see that? So your trend line is this one, the yellow line, and we have crossed that, although you have your MA20 right here. So just expect fluctuation as we move higher and higher. But I really like the volume that we have here. No wonder, if you look at, well, one, my watch list has not changed yet. Ever since that has been the watch list that I have. And yeah, these are my positions actually, except for ASIN. But still planning to add to ASIN if I have more buying power. So notice you have green, a lot of green, but let's try to check our stocks. Okay, nice. We had a lot of green indeed. Okay, I want to cover our most trending for today. We had the highly traded stocks and we can review from top to bottom. Okay, but first let's try to check the first one, which is APA. This is the only one that had the red. Did we have a news? I'm not 100% sure what may have triggered this. It's just probably still, a bearish selling sentiment. Right? We're still triggering the lower band. So, like what I have mentioned, if we're still continuously triggering that, that means the selling pressure is not over as of yet. Okay? I am thinking it might touch this area over here, which is very near. Okay, we have to respect that first and observe what happens right after. So far, that is the lowest point, and once it touches that area, what we want to see in your RSI So let me just draw that line vertical. Okay, let me see this. So this one over here around March. So around this one. Okay, so your lowest point was here. But let us say if it revisits that area, which makes it a double bottom, we still would like to see this kind of pattern. If we see that second point has an RSI that's higher than the previous point, then that now is a bullish divergence. See this? This is your previous point, and then when it goes back here, which is your second point, your RSI has started to increase, which means that momentum is picking up, and that would be around 2010. So when it touches the area, my recommendation here is that probably wait for it to stabilize first. Create a support at that area first before you get in. But there are some who would like to be on the aggressive side and just automatically place the order around 20.10 or 20 area. And then in that case, just set your stop loss levels in case it creates a lower low in that sense. Okay, for now, this is still moving very, very slowly. The selling pressure is still on here. So the next stock is, I'm not plotting any resistance as of yet because the sentiment is still going down anyway. Pure gold is the next one. Pure gold, nice, increasing volume. So this is what we like. We see a green and then the volume is there as well, present. Okay, so these are the greens that we don't like because volume is not there. See what happens next? Breakdown in the price. See this? Volume is increasing, so you see it sustained. Now, let's try to understand. At the moment, if you are to talk about short term, your resistance is still we're sitting at a possible resistance. So my recommendation here is that if you'd like to try and get in, uh, maybe one candlestick higher than the MA20 is a much better confirmation that we now have broken the downtrend channel for this stock. This is your downtrend channel. Okay, so we want to cross that line to officially say that we now have changed the overall sentiment or the overall direction of this stock. Alright, let's talk about BDO. BDO still overall, if you can see that, it's still sideways. We're sitting at a possible support for BDO. This is your support. There you go, around the 100 level, 101. That is still your support. So if you want, you can check out or probably do range trading if you like. Otherwise, think of long term and try to see the bigger picture, like what I've been mentioning before. You still have this much to look forward to. Uh, yeah, looks like it is creating a cup and handle, but the handle part is taking a long time before it breaks to the upside. Yeah, so if you want, you can accumulate for now. If small sizes or small volume, buy here. Um, if it takes a while to go up, just every payday perhaps you can add more to your position, right? So that is our outlook for BDO. Still sideways, very, very small movements. Um, and I don't really expect for this stock to really move super fast because this is one of the big players in our index, and normally when it moves, it is hard to make it move drastically because of the volume and the market cap. Look at this. Market cap is 444.6 billion. It's really hard. let's talk about ICT. So this is a stock that I've been reviewing ever since, and I said this is so resilient. Um, the entire time since last year, all the other stocks have already been have demonstrated a decline or have been affected, but this stock never, ever since the pandemic, right? When the pandemic started, that was the time it shoot up in the price. And looks like this is again going to create a brand new all-time high. This is a 52-week high here. So let's observe if it is going to create a breakout of the 52-week high. So far, volume is there, right? Volume declined, but all of a sudden today there was a big jump in the volume. So tomorrow, if we continue moving higher, then you now have a possible new base, meaning it might continue to move higher. We just do not know if the retest will happen the next day, but chances are if you move higher, it might continue and then revisit here, stabilize here, and continue to move higher. This time around, you have your new base, which is your new support, which was your previous resistance over here. Okay, so that's our outlook. If we continue to move at least one candlestick higher, then that will be a confirmation that we have broken out of the 52-week high. Now let's talk about Dito. Dito, okay, no volume. So I'm not super bullish yet because I don't see volume. But overall, this is already starting to look very, very cheap. We have established a higher low. This is your low, and then your decline happened. But this time around, it stopped much higher than the previous low. So we are to observe by tomorrow if you officially cross the MA20 line and we establish one higher high, then that's your sign. Okay, because right now we only created a higher low, which is one factor, and we don't see the higher high yet. So if there it creates a higher high, then it should look like this. Then that's an uptrend this time around. Okay, but for now it's still a wait and see. Therefore, this is the best, actually, the best time for long-term investors. Short-term trades, not highly recommended because movements are very, very minimal, 1 to 2%. For those people who'd like to have more exciting trades, significant gains intraday, the place for you is crypto trading. So, but for the stock market, particularly the Philippine market, I suggest if you want to engage in the Philippine market, have a mindset of at least a mid to long term investing. You have to set proper expectations because movements here are a bit slow. Okay, U.S. market, at least there's a chance significant moves happen there. But you notice here, like seldom will you see maybe 3% of the entire stocks in the Philippine market will have this kind of movement, 5% and up. Next is Ali. Ali, good, good. I love this volume, and we crossed the MA20 line, so that is, I think, right now anywhere between 32.13 to 32.65 is a very good entry price. This is for me a good buy wherever it is at right now. Okay, but if you want to haggle, right at the MA20 line is your best area. Okay, I love the volume. See that? Chances are if there's really volume, it will be a sustained increase in the price. See this? Volume. The cloud here is even increasing, right? So that's what I want to see. Meg, Meg. I like that there's volume, there's foreign buying. So what you can do here, what I have is like a triangle. It has the higher low, but like what I mentioned earlier, we want to see a higher high form like that. And actually, it started to do that, but we want it extended, right? We want to see something like that. Follow that uptrend channel. So if you want to get in near that yellow line where I plotted. So I think this is still an okay, but you have to also respect that MA20 line can still act as a resistance. So your call, you want to wait to break out of the MA20. When it breaks out of the MA20, maybe this is the area over here. I don't know how many fluctuations will it happen before it reaches this level. So that is your MA20 and that could be your nearest resistance. Okay, but promising as well because we're starting. This is imagine the drop that we have here. It's like from here to here is 40 or 37%. Okay, so that's a huge drop. But if you zoom out some more, there's actually a much bigger picture right here. Okay, but we're not really excited to reach that because it's not realistic as of yet. It might take some time. So the first thing you want to aim is this price level around the 4 peso area. So again, the best entry would be very near this uptrend support that I have created. Okay, so those are the stocks that I have reviewed for you this evening. If you want me to review your stock, please drop a comment, request the stock you'd like to be reviewed. Go ahead, ask a question, send me feedback, guys. That way, I can also be guided and tailor fit our review according to your request. In the meantime, thank you for watching and bye bye for now.